Okay, now we're ready. Guys, we are back. I'm doing good today. How about you? Guys, I'm going to be talking about, this is the Nomatic Peter McKinnon backpack. And you might have seen some reviews on this thing already, but I think you're going to really get a kick out of this review because unlike a lot of other reviews out there where people generally have the bag or whatever the hell that they're reviewing on for a few days and then they go pushing out a review. Guys, I've had this thing for the last few months and I've been beating the hell out of this thing. So a lot of what I'm going to share with you here today is through really testing the heck out of this. Actually, recently I went to Lake Tahoe to do some shooting and I took the Nomatic Peter McKinnon backpack with me and I put it through a real world test. I'll get into more details about that in a bit, but right now I want to say that the conditions I put myself and this bag through were tough. Really tough, guys. But today I want to discuss the results of this test and offer some of my impressions with this bag after having it for over 3 months. So let's get the timer started and get to the nitty-gritty of this review. Hey guys, I'm going to interrupt the video here just for a moment because I was getting ready to go live with this video. It just dawned on me that I forgot to share something that's crazy important for you guys. A couple of weeks ago, or last week, we decided that we're going to launch a giveaway. And that giveaway is we're giving away a DJI Mavic Mini at the end of February to one of you. Well, we decided to raise it up just a tad. Actually, it's a big tad. So what we decided to do is we're going to give away one of these amazing bags right here, guys. So to add to the February giveaway that's going on, we're going to be giving away one of you guys an amazing Peter McKinnon Nomatic backpack. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So in addition to that, also we're going to give away a $100 gift certificate or shopping spree with Adorama. So 3 of you are going to win. So stay tuned to the end of this video to get the details on how you can enter this giveaway. So first off, guys, this bag is billed as a complete travel photography system. As I'll show you in a minute, it has a side for your gear and it has a side for your clothes and other items. There's tons of cubes, cubbies, pockets, and cases, and all sorts of stuff to keep your whatever really organized. Heck, there's even a day pack inside of this thing, which I'll get to in a bit, but I will share this. This little day bag is a huge bonus because it's just the perfect size for a quick outing with a small kit. Actually, I'll share that with you right now because I love this thing. It's literally one of my favorite features about this bag. So this is it right here, and I don't have it zipped up right now. And as you can see, you have this part right here that's normally kind of zipped up, which creates that lid, which is normally zipped up here. And right now I have a Nikon Z7 with a 28-72/8 and batteries, other stuff up here, and I'll usually carry another wide lens right here. But you take this out and boom! Guys, the first time I used this, we took our son up to Disneyland, which is about 20 minutes up the road. It was so perfect for carrying 1 camera, 2 lenses, and all sorts of extra batteries while having extra room left over for jackets, snacks, and there's a few other things that we stuffed inside there. But fast forward, guys, I use this thing a lot. I mean, seriously, I love this bag. But back to the big bag. Let me close it up so I don't get distracted here. As I mentioned, I've had this bag with me recently when I took it up to Lake Tahoe. But before I share with you about my experience with the bag on the Tahoe trip, I should add here that I met with the Nomatic people at the Vid Summit conference, which was about 4 months ago up in Los Angeles. And one of the things that stuck with me after meeting them was how convinced that they seemed that this bag was the most comfortable bag out there. And I know what you're thinking because it was the same thing that I was thinking. That's a really big set of shoes to put on the ground. In the camera bag industry, it seems far cliche that so many camera bag manufacturers make claim as their bag being the most comfortable. But game on, let's have some fun with this. So to test its comfort level, guys, I crammed this thing full of so much gear. And no joke, we're talking 3 camera bodies with extra batteries on each, multiple lenses, 2 large tripods, a Mavic Pro drone with 4, the Mavic has a big chunky batteries. I had 4 of those things inside. There are all sorts of filters. I had all sorts of lights. These right here, this is a Atom Cube RX1 by Pilotfly. I had 4 of those in there, and these Lytra little cubes, there was 6 of those little buggers in there. Now, full disclosure, one of the camera systems, which was the Panasonic GH5, and all these lights were in a separate cube that was attached to the top of this bag. Actually, I have this little hook thing that I put to the top of this thing here. So as I'm walking around with this on the back, the additional cube was up on the back holding all that other stuff in there because there's no way you can fit it all in there. Either way, I bet there was more gear in and strapped to this thing than 99.9% of you would even remotely attempt to cram inside this bag. My intent was, guys, how heavy can I get this thing? I wanted to really test out those straps to see if the Nomatic people were full of doo-doo or if they hit a home run. Anyway, with a zillion pounds of gear on my back, I spent a full day hiking my ass to the top of the snow and ice-packed mountain in a raging windstorm to get some video that, well, ended up being useless because all you could hear was the wind. Just to show how windy it is up here, it is crazy cold and it is windy. Yeah, go figure, right? But the hike up and back wasn't useless because it doesn't get much more of a real world than putting this bag through the paces of winter photography. Guys, I was jumping, I was slipping around on snow, and this bag was an absolute rock star. You picture this, the last time that you had a bag on your back. When you're walking around, you have a certain load that's on your shoulders. When you start hopping and sliding all over, that kind of amplifies just how that feels on your shoulders. And guys, wow, rock star. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that Nomatic talks about with this bag is the dedication to design comfortable straps. And guys, I can attest, they really succeeded on this. I had this bag on me all day, and my neck, shoulders, and back never once was fatigued. Now, my legs, on the other hand, yeah, my legs were just shot. But now, just imagine how comfortable this bag would be without a full load, exploring landscapes on a beautiful sunny day without the wind blowing you all around. This bag is well designed and constructed as well. In fact, this is far and away one of the most beautiful camera bags that I've ever had. On the design side, having Peter McKinnon's input really takes this bag to the next level. You can tell that an expert photographer was involved in the design because the compartments and cubbies in the organization system in general is so well put together. I do appreciate that there are movable dividers that you can customize the gear compartment based on the gear that you have on the particular trip. I also like that this bag has internal and external organization as well as a side pockets for quickly grabbing your gear out. The huge clamshell opening is a definite bonus as well because you have the unobstructed view of the entire interior of the bag. On the construction side, the water resistant exterior lives up to its purpose. Guys, I was putting this bag down on wet rocks and snow, and yeah, my gear stayed perfectly dry the whole time. Now, speaking of dry, Nomatic use a EVA foam panels on the back of the bag so to ensure that you don't get soaked with sweat, which, hey, is a nice touch. And there's tons of construction elements that demonstrate the added layer of thought when this pack was developed. There's a pass-through so you can slide the pack onto your handle of your luggage. There's also multiple handles all over the bag so you can grab the bag no matter which side of the bag is facing you. Plus the bag, guys, this thing fits 35 liters of gear and it expands to hold up to 42 liters of gear, so it's a big boy for sure. Now, let's take a closer look at the inside of this bag and out. All right, guys, we're gonna go through how I have my Nomatic Peter McKinnon bag set up here. So on the outside of this here, of course, you can see I have a Pro Media Gear full-size tripod here, and this is attached on the side. There's a little clip here. Pop this bugger out. So again, that fits in there nice. There is a, as you can see, a little magnetic side there, which works out really nice. Let's crack this sucker open. Okay. Okay, the top end of the bag, I have microfiber cloths, I have some business cards, I have just a random little doohickeys, I have some wires, rubber bands, some GoPro batteries. You can stick a, let me just slide this over here. You can slide your computer into this slot up here, or tablet of some sort. Okay, let's get this into frame, and let's go through the rest of this. Okay, so starting off on the end, I have my cable releases over here. I have a filter system that should be in a case, but is not, but it's right here because it fits in nice and neat into this little slot. I have a Canon EOS R with a 1535. I have my Rode Go mic system right there. I have memory cards right here, which again has this little magnetic thing, which is really nice. It's kind of quite addicting to play around with. So all my cards are right there. Then we have the spare batteries for the EOS R right here. Again, this really cool magnetic little do thing going on there. Jump over to the center here. We have this is the remote for the Mavic. I'm going to put that over here. I use one of the thin little dividers up on the top, one of the thicker ones there. And then, of course, we have the drone right there. So I'm going to pop that back in there. You know, it fits perfectly in there, guys. That's the cool thing about it. I'm going to put this all back in there. Flip that upside down right there. Okay, I have the shock mount for my Rode mic right there. I usually stuff that in right there. Otherwise, if you try to keep it in the bag while it's all together, this thing's going to get all jacked up. So I'm going to put that over there for now. We have the strap for this camera right here. We have a GoPro 8 right there. Jumping up to here, I have two variable ND filters from Polar Pro. And then we have 3 extra batteries for the drone right there, which are, these are pretty sizable things there. So it gives you a sense of the depth with this, and you still have a little room, which of course I stick the mic right there. So let's jump up to here. This is, as many of you already know, is the day bag. Where's my zipper? Okay, pop that in there. And this is where I keep my Nikon. All right, this is a Z7 with a 24-70 2.8. Then I have the 1430 f4 right up here. The strap for this camera. We have the remote for that, and 4 spare batteries. So everything stuffs in really nice. And the cool part about this, of course, is this part comes out. Oh yeah.
All right, guys, so I just showed you one way how I use this bag when I have a drone inside of it. And one of the strengths of this bag is there are so many configuration options. So now I'm going to show you when I'm heading out, no drone, and more just camera gear itself. And I'm going to cover a couple points that I left out on the first part. So we're going to open this up, the top flap. You're not really missing much. Just a lot of my normal stuff I have up there, and this looks like hell, but I just toss stuff in there as I see fit. So let's get into, let me get this position just right there. Boom. Okay, you're gonna notice some similarities to how I have it set up before, some not. We still have the ND filters up here. We have the Rode mic here. We have, again, the memory card. We have the 1535. We have a 70-200. We have the Canon EOS R right here, and that's with a 2870 f2 on there. So that thing, it's a pig. So I'm sharing with you these lenses so you can get a sense of just how much space or how much gear you can cram in here. Of course, the spare batteries. And again, this little pocket here I usually use just for like GoPro, one of these Leatherman skeleton knives, which is extremely handy. GoPro, the mount for the mic, and of course the strap down there. And this time I do have my filter in the case as it should be. Some spare remotes up there. So these remain pretty much, I use these for pretty much about the same thing. I always have filters up here. I always have my remotes up here. And then of course the Nikon goes back here with the 2870 and then the 1430 wide angle lens, spare batteries. All that is pretty much how I have that set up. If I'm heading out, if I'm heading out and we'll be just shooting with the camera gear, or want to bring more camera gear with me. All right, so let's close this up. Let's show you the other side. Now, because I do quite often day trips, so as this flapped open here is the part that holds clothes, and it is absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna reach over here. All right, so I have some t-shirts right here. Let's see, let's get them right here. Okay, a handful of t-shirts right there, some jeans, and there are compression bags that you can use with this, guys. And I'm just kind of showing you kind of the raw sense of clothes, because you don't necessarily need to get the compression bags, although they do help, because one of the things that you see here is when you don't have the compression bags, you know, you have to kind of get these things kind of tucked in here, where the compression bags just, once they're in there, it has a certain shape and it's easier to get stuff in here. So you can see this right now, and as it is, this is not going to close like this, but this is where this bag gets really cool. There is a zipper. Let me find which side it is on. Here we go. Nope. Yeah, here we go, right here. All right, boom. And so now this thing expands something like 4 inches in the back here, guys. So a moment ago you saw there was no room to close this. Now, oops, I just whacked the key. Now, with everything in there, I should have clamped the close down, but I'm just demonstrating right now. Look at that. So you can see you have nearly about another 4 inches in the back here, and I'm guessing about an inch up front there. So that really expands that quite a bit. So you have a considerable amount of space in there. And another thing that I think I neglected to point out last time, so right in here you have a special compartment down in here to hold your passport in. Let's see, is there anything else I'm neglecting here? So you have handles on every side. That's it, guys. So this is kind of configuration number 2. Okay, so now that we've toured this bag in detail, let's go over a few things that I don't like so much about this bag. Earlier, I noted that I think this is one of the best looking camera bags in the market today. But the downside to that is you hate to mess it up. I have other bags that get thrown around and sit down in the dirt, and guys, I could care less, but this bag looks so good and it is so beautifully designed that there's a part of me that dies when you get a little dirt or a little mud on it. Along with that, there's a nice metal plate on the bag that has the Nomatic logo and Peter McKinnon signature. It's on the bottom end of this here. So as you're putting this thing down, it's getting scuffed up, bashing whatever's on the ground. Mine is already all jacked up. I just wish it was in a different spot where it wouldn't get as scuffed up as much as it is, or made out of a different material. Another downside of this bag is that it is heavy. Guys, this beast is nearly 6 pounds empty. But when you buy a Rolls Royce, you don't buy it because it's feather light. You buy it because it's the height of luxury that that car has. Well,
this bag is something similar. Sure, it weighs a ton, but man, it's a beauty. And besides, as I mentioned earlier, despite its weight, this thing is really comfortable to carry. Lastly, this bag comes with a filter case, which is awesome, but it only accommodates circular filters, which isn't really awesome. Yeah, my circular polarizer slides into this thing really fine, but guys, I use rectangle or square filters, so none of my rectangle filters fit into this thing, which is a shame. When you look at this and how beautifully, it's a crime not to use this thing, and I'm not using it. Hopefully they do come out with a filter case that will accommodate some of the other filters out there. So there you go, a detailed review of what I think is one of the best camera bags to come out of 2019. Though this pack isn't for everyone, I think its positives definitely outweigh the negatives. From its gorgeous design to its rugged construction to its incredibly functionality, this bag just ticks off so many of those boxes. Yes, on the expensive side at $400, but after my trip to Tahoe and really beating the hell out of this thing for the last 3 months, guys, I can tell you this thing is worth every penny. Now, full disclosure, I did not buy this bag. They sent it to me for a review. But here's the thing. If I knew what I knew about this bag and was on the market to purchase one, I would definitely pick it up in a heartbeat. Yeah, I've spoken about this in the past. There are 3 things that I think as a photographer, you really want to max out your budget on. You want a good tripod. After all, it's holding up your camera. You want a good set of filters, and you want a good camera bag. These are areas that you want to max out your budget. And so, yeah, this thing's pricey, but worth every penny. Plus, with the day bag inside of this thing, technically you're getting 2 bags for the price of 1, which is, yeah, cool. And to the Nomatic folks, if you happen to watch this video, I have to be frank with you. I was hoping to call BS on your remark about having the most comfortable straps. Guys, I can't, because to date, your straps are the most comfortable that I've ever tested. So kudos to you guys. You deserve a pat on the back or a beer. Okay guys, as promised, how to enter this giveaway. So just to recap, we're giving away 3 items. So there's going to be 3 winners here. We have a DJI Mavic Mini we're giving away. We have a Peter McKinnon Nomatic kick-ass backpack here. And then we have a $100 shopping spree with Adorama. To enter, all you have to do is like this video, leave a comment down below, and 3, you need to be a subscriber. So that's it, guys. 3 simple steps. And check out the description down below for full details as well. So back to the video. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you are currently not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you part of this community, and hit the bell while you're at it to be notified as we're coming out with new videos. So you get out there, have yourself an amazing day, and create your best shot.